The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Now! 180! 180! We're good, we're good! 180! That's it! 280!
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 21-yard line. Down! 280!
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He finds his man Johnson. The 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Keyshawn Johnson, 79 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Stafford throws complete to Galladay, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run order.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Demaryius Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4.
180!
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From midfield, here's Carr. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Carr now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's first and 10. Now Carr. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's go. Put that down. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing again. Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a gain of 35. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
I got you. 53. Ready. Stay 50.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Running from the gun, Johnson. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Stafford, and he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Prater for the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Down. 180. Mike 58 right there. Yo, Chief. Hey, Raider 2.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr complete. It's Johnson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 23. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On play action, now Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Carr now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Lady! And middle. 29 is the mic.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down, Detroit.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He was brought down by Eric Harris. On second down now, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Set, lady, middle. Move off, pocket. Check, crunch. Look at him.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best, to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle, Trent Brown.
White down. White 80. Kill.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, let's go. White. Shit. Raider one. Shit.
Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught. Jones. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
93.
Carr to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first, this from 41. Carlson able to put this one through. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a man open down the middle of the field. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Duke Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point good by Prater, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Raider 8. Raider 1. X3. 218. Chopper.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Strip the ball. Strip that express.
Now a play fake. Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Raider first down, 17 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You right,
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down. It's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down and 4, Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. From the gun, it's Carr. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looks pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan, and Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Ready.
We have played 3 quarters, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2 yards, good enough for a first. On play action, it's Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. On first down at Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off with great anticipation. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Pick me up. Here we go. Check. Later, two. Check. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 637.
Now after the INT, it's Carr, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Check. Lucky. General West.
They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Carr going to throw here to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll run with Jacobs. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Carr going to look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And the catch made by Johnson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over him.
Hey, 734.
Here's Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Oakland, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.